Yo, in this video, I'm gonna talk about costly design mistakes and how I lost about 100 grand on one project by getting the design process wrong. So stay tuned, learn something, subscribe. Okay, so how did it go wrong? How do you lose 100 grand? Well, on big projects, you can lose money like that if you go wrong. If you don't have the right knowledge, if you don't follow the right processes, systems, if you don't have the right experience. And that is exactly what happened to us here on a project we did several years ago. And what happened was we got planning permission to build 18 apartments, including a loft conversion, but a big one. Like, this is a big loft. It's like 300 square meters of floor plate that we're then adding this whole new floor to, and then creating 4 apartments in the loft. We should have been able to have kept the roof structure. So we thought it'd be pretty straightforward. New structural floor, check the load bearing on the foundations of the building, and then we should be able to build up new steel frame, should be sorted. So that was our assumption. Too naive. We started works on site. So we had 14 apartments on the ground and first floor, and then we were gonna add another 4 into the loft. What that meant was we had to do trial pits into the foundations at different areas in the foot of the building to check the load bearing capacity of the existing foundations to see if it could take a new floor and that weight added to the foundation. So we had to do trial pits, we had to test some of the wall build-ups, we had to add in a new structural wall for a new staircase that was going to go up the center of the building, build a retaining wall on the lower ground floor to hold back some of the earth that over time had started to push through the wall. You could see some cracks. So there's quite a lot of structural remedies to do to prepare the works to then build up into the loft. So what we'd done is we had all the architectural plans and everything else done, but the structural engineer we weren't too confident on. And we were like, But we didn't at that point write off the loft. We thought we could do the loft, but the structural engineer clearly he doesn't know how to do this. He's producing designs that are just mental. Like, these are crazy designs. Take the whole roof off, add a whole new brand new roof, build an external like steel frame, a load of shit. And we were like, surely we don't need to do that. So we had 2 other engineers come in and try and design a more cost-effective way for us to use the existing structure of the building and re-support it with internal steels rather than have to build an external skeleton to the building, work it up the building to then hold this new roof, almost as an independent structure beyond the core building itself. That was his plan. Obviously stupidly expensive. Like, there's no way we would have done that. If you're watching this and you're an investor who wants to build a property portfolio, then we've designed an end-to-end development service for all of our clients. Over the years, we've brought in-house all the aspects in the project lifecycle, from sourcing and acquisitions to construction and lettings and management on the back end. What this means is we've created the only one-stop shop in the country for a vertically integrated suite of development services. And it means we're one point of contact for all of our clients' needs. Now, access to our services are not going to be open forever because we only have so much capacity to deliver the projects. But if you're interested in our service, then click the link on the screen or check the link in the video description and you can book a call in with our investment director. But for now, back to the video. We messed about with these designs for about 3 months, but what we didn't do was stop works on site. And we actually cracked on with some of the works that we knew we had to do, like the retaining wall to the lower ground floor, all the trial pits and everything else. We did all of that anyway. We built the structural wall for the stairs that go up as well. So all of this stuff causes delays on site, and there's time and input and resources and money that's going into getting those things done in preparation for building the loft. Now, the retaining wall was probably just a good thing to do anyway. We wouldn't have done it, didn't think we were going into the loft, but we did it anyway. And I'm not actually too bothered about the money sunk on the retaining wall because it makes the building stronger and gives it more longevity. But some of the other works that we did, and we found out these issues earlier on, we could have just stopped those, and we should have stopped the site until we decided, are we going to scrap this loft or are we going to do this loft? And because we didn't have the full idea, for those 3 months of getting these designs sorted and doing the discovery works to find out whether the loft is viable, we were still cracking on site. So what we did, and this building is split into 3 levels. So you've got the lower ground, the ground, and then the first floor. And then there's the loft. What we did is on the first floor, the ground floor, on the lower floor, in different key areas where we knew we may have to retrofit new steels in with pad foundations on the lower ground floor level to hold up the loft internally, not this crazy external skeleton structure. We left some of those areas isolated and didn't continue works in them, and we worked around them in other areas of the building in the thinking of, let's keep the site moving. And bear in mind, we're going through high levels of inflation at this point, and we had a drawdown facility and high levels of interest accruing each month. So out of desperation, we were like, we need to keep the site moving, keep site progress going. But what that meant is we are completely screwing up our continuity of works. So yes, things are getting done, but they're not getting done efficiently, and also quality checking that work when it's isolated in different areas of the building and we don't have all of our M&E running to the same areas at that point. The M&E was fucking working in different areas of the building, and there's just so much that went wrong there technically that although there was visual progress week on week and it felt good to see it, what we were actually doing is really inefficiently walking into a mess. And then what happened after the end of the 3 3 months, after all the discovery with the engineer was done, we realized, let's just scrap the loft. So then we just continued with 14 apartments instead. But that means we had 3 months of wasted time, wasted money, and sunk costs on some things that were just irrelevant, but also then working around these areas that we left isolated and didn't continue works in, screwing up our program and our scheduler works to work our way out the building, as you should with these kind of refurbishments. And instead, we're going back and forward to different places, which means we're throwing trades in different areas and going, no, we've moved our dry liner, but rather than them go to the next apartment and the next apartment and work their way out the building, instead, they're going there, and then they're going back to the lower ground floor to finish off a bit of work there, and then the electrician's gonna go up there, and then the electrician's going down there, and the plumber's going there, and it's all just going like that. And it's too messy. Site manager can't keep control of it too well. And although it looks like there's progress and you feel like you're moving forwards, actually, you're just moving really, really slowly and spending more money pro rata per time spent. What we should have done is just gone, right, more urgency on this design. Everyone stop. Let's just take the hit for a week, even pay the lads wages, because it's more cost efficient than actually continuing the works at a slow and inefficient pace. And let's focus and narrow in on this design. Are we doing the loft? Are we not doing the loft? Because if we're not doing the loft, let's scrap it now, 14 apartments, keep it simple, stupid, and work our way out on a proper program, a proper schedule of works where we can monitor efficiencies, the site manager can do their job properly, and we will save a lot of money on mistakes. And what happened? We spent loads of money retrofitting different mistakes because quality of works, things weren't connected properly, and there was lots of issues. Don't get me wrong, it's not like it was, oh my God, I can't believe that that's happened. It was just, it's like death by 1,000 cuts. Oh, there's a little problem over there. We need to get the lecky over there. Yeah, but the lecky's got to finish off that room because the plaster is coming in after, or the dry line is coming after, needs to board it back in for the plaster. It's like, yeah, but there's a little problem over there. So let's just go get that done. Go do that for a couple hours. Oh, there's also a plastering issue over there. You need to like go sort that bonding work so that they can finish this. And then just that is an absolute fucking shambles. And it doesn't feel like a lot, but it's death by 1,000 cuts. It's trivial inefficiencies everywhere that lead to a huge bloated inefficiency. They ended up costing us about 100 grand, not only in works and engineering works and other things that we could have avoided if we just narrowed in on the design and determined the design sooner. And to be honest, it was a pretty stupid decision to continue looking at it anyway, watching the impacts of inflation on material prices in the market. And then obviously we're then gonna have to buy loads of steels and floor joists and things like that. Better to minimize our exposure to material procurement and instead just focus on the internal fit out. So a lot of mistakes there. Hopefully you can learn from some of these and just make sure that if you're starting a site, any site, but particularly larger sites, don't be put off if through the process you need to make minor adjustments to a couple wall positions and things like that to improve the end product. Absolutely do that. There's design efficiencies, cost efficiencies that are well worth exploring throughout the project if you're getting new feedback off site. That is the nature of retrofits. You will experience that, but try not to fundamentally change a design, like omitting a whole loft conversion halfway through a job and then sacrifice your continuity of works because you're waiting to get an answer on that key part of the job. You're much better off delaying starting the project and getting all your designs layered in, done, absolutely finalized. Even strip the building out first and get a set out program done where you've set out all your wall positions, set out everything else, get comfortable with it, and then determine exactly what you're going to tackle for that project from a design standpoint. Then you can give that to your site manager. Your site manager can coordinate everything in a clean program, phased process, the lads working their way out of the building. That is the way you have to do it with a retrofit. It's so inefficient if you end up darting around the building in different areas. And we've experienced it multiple times, but particularly in this job, it was very bad. And it came down to design issues and not determining the exact design for the project at the outset. So learn from that, hopefully useful for you. You want to save 100 grand? Share this video because other people want to save 100 grand as well, don't they? Drop us a comment, let me know what else you want to see. This is a slightly different format today. I thought I'd just give you a nugget from some experience because yeah, I really wish in hindsight I did that differently. And there's so many pitfalls and so many different mistakes that I could spiel off and ways you can save yourself a lot of headache, a lot of money, and a lot of time. But anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe, see you in the next one.